Namaste. Hey guys, we are back to do part 2 for the Echo Michelle Lloyd reading. I literally just ended part 1 and I'm just going to go straight into part 2 so that I can remain in the same energy. The last question we left off with was a confirmation on whether or not the Queen of Cups energy, which I connected to Echo Michelle Lloyd's daughter, Kelsey. I connected that to her energy as being, okay, I had picked up on the fact that there's two other energies that were aware of Josh and his involvement in Echo's disappearance. And I feel like the one of the energies that was aware has now passed. That was his grandfather. And there is a living energy that is aware, and possibly even another one. But the one energy that was definitely brought to our attention was Kelsey. She is, Kelsey Smith is her name. She is the oldest daughter of Echo Michelle Lloyd. And I asked for 2 confirmations on that, of whether or not I was correct in pulling that information, that whatever it is that Kelsey feels she knows or is feeling deep inside about what happened to her mother, taking Josh and Smith into consideration, whatever she's feeling, she's on the right track. She's looking within herself, and the oracle was instructing for that energy to pay attention to what it is that she's feeling in her heart of hearts, that she's needs to pay attention to that feeling. So in my last video, I sent out a little message at the very end to Kelsey Smith that to let her know that whatever it is that she's feeling or she's suspecting in her heart of hearts, pay attention to that, because there's some truth to that. Okay, so I'm going to pull the cards off from that last question and set them down here so that I can make space for the new question. Okay, because after I'm done with the reading, I go back and I write down, I record all the cards that I've gotten in my readings. Okay, so I do that for myself so that in the future, if I come back and revisit that reading, or I do a second reading or whatever, I can reference what I got with the first reading. Because all readings are not exactly the same. Time makes things change. Things that were not interpreted or gleaned out of one reading one time, it can be gotten out of the next reading. So it's important that we record all of that information that we get for future reference, I feel. Okay, so this is the other thing. I've decided I'm going to use my pendulum, and I think what I'm going to start this video off with is a confirmation using the pendulum on, which would actually be a third confirmation on this oracle message, which was basically for Kelsey, telling Kelsey to look within her heart of hearts for the answers. I'm going to double check that with my pendulum. I'm asking my spirit guides to come in now through my pendulum, please. Connect with me through my pendulum, please. Can you show me a yes? Can you show me a yes? Thank you very much. Okay. Can you show me a no? Can you show me a no? Very good. Thank you so much. That's perfect. Okay. Can you tell me? Does Echo Michelle Lloyd's daughter Kelsey, does she know what happened to her mother? Is she correct in what she's thinking? Is she correct in what she's thinking that happened to her mother? Is she correct in believing, how about this? Is Kelsey correct in her belief that Josh had something to do with her mother's death? Is she correct in thinking that? I almost immediately got a yes. Almost immediately. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Spirit, did Josh Smith have something to do with Echo Lloyd's disappearance? Did Josh Smith have something to do with Echo Lloyd's disappearance? And I got a yes on that as well. Okay. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is, as I ask the questions and I get answers to the cards, I'm going to actually validate them using my pendulum. And I don't normally read that way, but I'm feeling like that's what I'm supposed to do this time. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. So let's move forward on to the next question, which is, okay, what cards am I supposed to use? I was just told the Star Tarot. Okay, we will use the Star Tarot. Before I do that, though, I'm going to move these two decks. So each time I'm directed towards a deck, I'm going to try to keep it right here where I can reach it, unless it just piles up too much. I'm not drawn towards all the decks I have sitting out here as I was in the beginning. So I go where Spirit leads me. All right, so this is the Star Tarot. I'm very connected to this deck. This is probably the deck I am the most connected to in this here and now moment in my life. Okay, so what I'm asking now, next, is a very serious question. Did Josh harm his grandfather? Did Josh harm his grandfather? Did Josh harm his own grandfather? Did Josh harm his own grandfather? These cards are so big in my hands, it's hard to hold them. Okay, and we've got the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is about keeping and maintaining boundaries. Nine of Wands is about, yes. Spirit is telling me yes. He did this because the grandfather was threatening to tell, or threatening to, or scaring him in some way, making him feel like what he did was, you know, I know what you did and you better make right on it, or turn yourself in, or leave, get out of here, or something like that. I know what happened type feeling. And he hurt his grandfather to keep or maintain the boundaries of knowledge, the boundaries of who knows what happened. That's a yes for me, and I will actually validate that, or see if I can get a confirmation for that. Okay, did Josh hurt his grandfather? Did Josh hurt his own grandfather? Good grief. That card. Okay. Wow. So we get Three of Swords in reverse. Look at this card. Look at the Three of Swords. So you're going to look at the top picture. Okay. Three of Swords is naturally about heartbreak, divorce, loss, depression, surgery. In reverse, it's about the same thing, basically. Okay. In reverse, it's about the same thing. So this is a yes for me. This is a yes for me. Did he harm his grandfather? Heartbreak, loss, regret, depression. Yeah, that's a yes for me. Totally a yes for me. Let's do a confirmation with the Earth Magic Oracle. Okay. Did Josh harm... Can we get a clarifier on this? Did Josh harm his grandfather? Did Josh harm his own grandfather to keep his secret? Did Josh harm his own... Because I was just told in my head how to ask that question differently. And I'm supposed to ask, did he harm his grandfather to keep a secret? Did Josh harm his grandfather to keep his secret? Wow, okay. We got submerged. Iceberg. Submerged. Okay? This is telling me he needed to keep his secret under, submerged. Kept down under, down deep under, out of sight, submerged, hidden, kept down. That's a yes for me. That's definitely a yes for me. That is huge confirmation. Yeah, I feel that Josh hurt. I don't just feel it. I know it because I've seen it actually play out in my mind. I can't say that he murdered his grandfather because he hurt his grandfather, who then subsequently died some days later, which, yeah, I guess in a roundabout way is murder. But he hurt him to stop him from sharing a secret, and I firmly believe that. Firmly believe that that's a yes on that. Okay, I'm going to go to the next question. Okay. At one point in time, I saw a vision, a glimpse of him. So what I see as far as Josh goes, and is his energy. He is a tall, thin individual. Okay, he's tall, he's thin, a little bit younger than Echo, and I see this man come walking out of the woods, looking very like sweaty, like he had worked hard at something, just disheveled. I see him come walking out of the woods disheveled. So I want to know. Wait a minute. I'm going to go back. Let's ask the pendulum. I'm new at adding the pendulum into a card reading at the same time, so please bear with me. I almost forgot. Okay, let's ask the pendulum. Okay. Spirit guides, please bring an answer through loud and clear. Did Josh harm his grandfather? Did Josh harm his own grandfather? That's a yes. Okay. Did Josh... Oops, I just found a handful of cards that are wrong. Okay, they're upside down. Normally I would read those thinking they had something to do with it, but I just dropped this deck a few minutes ago and picked it all back up again, and yeah. Anyways, okay. Was it Josh that I saw coming out of the woods? Was it Josh that I saw coming out of the woods? Was it Josh that I saw coming out of the woods? Was it Josh that I saw coming out of the woods? Okay, I got a little handful here, so we're going to see what they tell us. Okay. First card I pull is the Magician. That's a yes. The Magician is somebody who brings their visions, turns their visions into reality. The Magician is focused, creative, inspired action. The Magician is inspired action. So, was it him I saw coming out of the woods? The action of him coming out of the woods was inspired. Okay. Then we've got the Prince of Swords, the Knight of Swords. A fast-talking person. Someone who brings about an instant lifestyle change. He brings about news. He comes in with news that changes everything. Okay. Then I got Four of Wands. Now, Four of Wands is about a homecoming, celebration, family, reunions. Then I got the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about secrets, mystery, intuition, trusting in yourself. And the last one I got was the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is a self-sufficient person. Actually, a very honest person. So, for me, these make sense in this way. Okay? The Magician. Turning your visions into reality. Was he coming out of the woods? Yeah. He just turned his vision into a reality. Then we get Prince of Swords, a fast-talking person who comes in quick and brings news, and that changes everything. So when he came walking out of that woods, everything is now changed. Then we get the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands with the High Priestess, okay? All right, so Four of Wands is about a homecoming. Four of Wands is about celebrations, okay? The High Priestess is about secrets. Four of Wands can be about family, friends, reunions. Why would he be coming out of the woods? That has to do with family or friends. Because there was a secret. There was a secret. Somebody, there was mystery. There was a secret with him coming out of those woods. And then Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a self-sufficient person, an honest person, somebody who takes care of herself. When he left the Queen of Swords in the woods. That's what I feel off that. And I'm going to verify that. Please clarify, is the Queen of Swords representative of Echo's energy? Okay, I was just told to get a different deck. Of course, I drop half of them in the process. Okay. This is just a traditional Rider-Waite. But I call it my lava deck because on the back it looks like bubbles of lava. Because I've got multiple Rider-Waite decks. So this one is my lava deck, and I heard my mind lava deck. Okay. Is the Queen of Swords representative of Echo's energy? Is the Queen of Swords representative of Echo's energy? Is the Queen of Swords wow. Okay. So we got the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is okay, the Six of Cups is about childhood, memories, past influences, yearning, homesickness, nostalgia, playfulness, simplicity, and it's a yes card. It's about influence or innocence, playfulness, youthfulness, kindness, goodwill. Yeah, returning to one's roots. Yeah, I believe that that is a yes. That is the Queen of Wands. Absolutely. Where did I put her? Okay, the Queen of Wands is representative of Kelsey's energy. Of Echo's energy. That's who, that energy is the reason he came out of the woods. The reasoning for him coming up out of the woods is that energy. Echo's energy was the driving reason he came out from the woods. So I'm going to ask, did Josh leave Echo's body in the woods? Because I'm not sure if he left her there or put her there, or if he put evidence there. Did Josh leave Echo in the woods that I see him walking out of? Did he leave Echo in the woods that I see? Okay. We get the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is the card of decision. The Two of Swords means that it is time to make a decision. Either compromise your situation, or you're in a compromising situation and it's time to make a choice. Okay. Let's work on that. Okay, so asking if he left her in the woods, he had to make a choice. Okay. Let's see. What? Okay. I want to ask what choice did he need to make, but I feel like it was where to put her. Was the choice that he had to make where to put her body? Was the choice that needed to be made where to place her body? Was the choice that needed to be made where to place her body? Was he trying to find a place to put her body? Oh, wow. Okay, so we got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is a turning point in your luck. The Wheel of Fortune is, it can be about good fortune. It can be about gambling, luck, somebody who has a bad luck, somebody who has, and I pulled it in the reverse. So a decision was made about some kind of bad luck, some kind of bad turn of events. A decision was made, there was a turning point that required a decision to be made. The next card I pulled was the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is family, friends, reunions, homecomings. There was something in the wood, there was a decision that had to be made about some kind of a change in circumstances, some kind of a change in luck, some kind of a turning point. And it had to do with friends, a friendship. And in that, there was a reunion that took place. So by him going into the woods, there was a reunion that took place. This card is about reunions. Let's get a clarifier using the Sacred Forest Oracle. Did Josh put Echo's body in the woods? Did Josh put Echo's body in the woods? Did Josh put Echo's body in the woods? Did Josh? Wow. That's crazy because, oh, let me set these down. I got two. And what's crazy is that at the beginning of the read in part one, when I asked for an overall energy, the card I got was patience, that this was going to take patience. I just pulled out patience again. But this is Foggy Bog. Foggy Bog is being in the fog, which is things that are being hidden in the fog. You can't see. Foggy, being moving through the world but not quite being seen because you're in the fog. Things are being held behind your veil, a scope of capabilities of seeing them. Foggy Bog. Did he leave her body in there? Foggy Bog. So maybe some evidence? Or maybe he was just going in there to scope the area out. The next one I pulled was Rainbow Waterfall Miracles. He may think that it's that he pulled off a miracle and got away with something. But it says Rainbow Waterfall, and I have picked up water before on this. Multiple times I've picked up water. And I'll insert a map that I took a picture of that shows the area that she came up missing from, and there is a lot of water in that area. But I'm feeling like the rainbow waterfall is basically miracles. I don't necessarily think he took her body into the woods. I think he took evidence and hid it in the woods. I don't think he took her body to the I don't think he was coming back from doing that. I feel like he was coming back from either scoping out a place for her. In that moment in time, I don't feel like he had just come back from hiding her body. I think he had come back from either scoping out a place to hide her body. Maybe he had previously hid her body there and he was checking on her. Or he hid some evidence in there. It's one of those things. Let's ask the pendulum. Okay. You guys can see it. Okay. Spirit guides. I'm asking you to come through and answer a question using the pendulum. Did Josh hide Echo's body? Okay. When I see Josh coming out of the woods, is he coming back from hiding Echo's body? Is he coming back from hiding Echo's body? When I see Josh coming out of the woods, is he coming back from hiding Echo's body? Yeah, I'm getting a no on that. Okay, thank you. When I see Josh coming out of the woods, is he coming back? Okay. When I see Josh coming out of the woods, is he coming back from looking for a place to hide her body? That's a no as well. Okay. When I see Josh coming out of the woods, was he coming back from hiding evidence? Was he hiding evidence in the woods? I get a yes on that. Pretty good strong yes. Okay. So that's what I kind of feel. I feel like when I got this glimpse of him walking up out of the woods looking a little disheveled, sweaty, kind of like he had just went on a hike kind of look. I feel like yes, like that he had went in there to hide some evidence. And he felt like he just pulled off a miracle. And was going to get away with this. And I feel like there's water involved somehow. Somehow there is water involved. And I'm not picking up yet on whether or not her body is in water. She may be near water. She may be near where there's water. Some kind of a source of water. Now, I don't know about a waterfall. I more see a slow moving water. So more like a river, a big one though. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move forward. I think that there was evidence planted in the woods near where Josh lived. Okay, and I think that answered that pretty well. Excuse me. All right, let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question. Okay. So basically, I'm going to use my star. Okay, so basically what I want to know, what I'm going to ask now is, okay, how do I ask this? What I want to ask is, why are the police not working on this case? But I feel like they are working on this case. I feel like there's things they can't share. So I'm going to ask that. Are there things the police know that have not been released to the public? Are there things the police know that have not been released to the public or to the family? Are there things the police know that have not been made public to the family or to the public? Sorry, I have an itch. Okay. Oh boy, I got the judgment card. Okay. Judgment is clarity. A final decision. justice system, cause and effect, life's purpose. It could be about your life's purpose. Yeah, that's a yes for me. There are things that the police are keeping under wraps for purposes of what I believe is protecting the integrity of the case. Okay. Do the police suspect Josh as the culprit of Echo's missing? Did the police suspect Josh as the culprit of Echo's being missing? Oh, wow, I got the Hangman. The Hangman is looking at things in a different perspective. Taking yourself away from the big picture, and pulling out and away and looking at things from a different perspective. It could be watching and waiting. It could be holding back. Wisdom. It could be introspection, going within, looking at what you're feeling, thinking, suspecting, introspection, and gaining the wisdom from that. Yeah, I feel like he is in their line of sights. They are looking, holding back, and they're watching him from afar. They sure are. I definitely feel that, and I'm going to ask for a clarifier. Okay. Are the police watching Josh Smith? Are the police who are working on Echo's case watching, keeping an eye on and watching Josh Smith? Are they watching Josh Smith? And I got a yes. Unbelievable. I got the Lovers card. Okay? This is Two of Cups. It is about lovers, romantic partnerships, proposals, marriages, any kind of partnership, unity, love, compatibility, couples, potential soulmates, relationships. So, yeah, they're watching him because he was the closest one to her at the time. He was the closest relationship she had at the time. Oh my gosh, that is such a confirmation. Yes, they suspect Josh. Absolutely, they suspect him. And they are watching him. They are watching him. I'm going to get an oracle confirmation on that. You know what? I'm going to do the Sacred Destiny Oracle this time. I feel I should. Okay. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Okay. Are the police... Can I get a confirmation? A validation. Do the police suspect Josh Smith for this crime of missing Echo? Well, I guess I better rephrase that because it isn't considered a crime yet. So, did the police suspect Josh Smith as being involved in Echo's disappearance? Did the police suspect Josh in Echo's disappearance? Do the police suspect Josh in Echo's disappearance? Wow. Okay. I got action. So what am I asking? If they're watching him, if they have suspicions about him, we got action. Yes, that action is being made. Is taking place. They are watching him. They're following him. They're tailing him. They're watching him. I've seen this. I believe that he is under their radar. And it feels like... Okay, I'm going to leave that one for now. Okay. I don't feel like he lives there anymore. I don't feel like he lives anywhere near that area anymore. I feel like they may have lost track of him. for a while? Let's ask. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to use my Rider-Waite Tiny Tarot. Okay, have the police lost... Let me finish the question. Have the police lost track of Josh? The Moon. Okay, sorry, these are such tiny cards. They're hard to see, and it's a little bit dark here. The Moon. I pulled the Moon. Oh my goodness. The Moon card is about unseen problems, voluntary changes. The Moon can be about trusting your intuition. The Moon is about secrets, mysteries. Yeah, I think they've lost track of him. I don't know if they lost track of him and then refound him, but I feel like they have lost track of him. Or they've reached a standstill with what they can do as far as investigating him. I feel like that's what that is. Shit. Pardon my language. Okay. Do the police know where Josh is? Do the police know where Josh is? Right now. Do the police know where Josh is right now? Do the police know where... Oh, come on. Do the police know where Josh is right now? Do the police know where Josh is? Oh my gosh, I cannot see this. Use this as a flashlight. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is about mastering your craft, enjoying your employment, mastering your craft, craftsmanship, good work, good job. I think they know where he is. I think maybe they lost track of him for a moment, but I think that they actually know where he is. I do. I think that they actually know where he is, but I feel like he has relocated from where being Echo's neighbor, he has relocated. Or he stays somewhere else. And I feel like he's had a relationship since all this happened. But I don't think it worked out. He had a short relationship. I don't know where that just popped in from, but I feel like he may have relocated to be in a relationship with someone else. But I don't think that it... Because I actually see his energy as being singular. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Okay. Okay, so one thing that... You know what? I'm going to pull these down. And I'm going to ask the pendulum. Spirit guides. Does the law enforcement know where Josh Smith lives right now? Does the law enforcement know where Josh Smith lives right now? Do law enforcement know where Josh Smith lives right now? Wow, I'm getting a no. Okay. Do law enforcement know the area that he lives in? Do they know the area that he lives in? Okay, so I got a yes on that. So I feel like they know, like, the basic area, like maybe where he like the city that he relocated to, but I don't think they know his exact address. Are law enforcement still watching Josh? Are law enforcement still watching Josh? Yeah, that was a big yes. Okay, so he's still being watched. He's still being watched through this whole thing. He's still being watched. Okay. All right, so Kelsey had complained that somebody was coming down behind her and others and removing the missing posters that they were putting up for her mother. She said they would go out, spend time, put posters up, not just her but other people too, people that were helping, and then someone was coming behind them and removing the posters. Why would someone do that? Why would someone do that? Seriously. Why would someone do that? Why would someone remove Echo's posters? Why would someone remove Echo's posters? Why would someone remove Echo's posters? Oh, good grief. I can't do 20 cards. Okay, I'm going to ask again. Let me shuffle. Why would someone remove Echo's? Why is someone removing Echo's posters? Why is someone removing Echo's posters? Why is someone removing Echo's posters? Of course it went to the floor. Of course. And I feel like one flipped over in the deck. Yep. Okay, so we'll take that one. And we had 2 hit the floor. Oh boy. Oh boy. Why would someone remove Echo's posters? Well, the first one, the one that flipped over and I pulled out, is the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is friendship, celebration, circle of support. There's somebody out there who is trying to support the guilty party. There's someone trying to provide help to the guilty party. Circle of support, friendship. Circle of support is removing those posters. Why are they removing the posters? We get 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is about nightmares, anxiety, grief, depression. What are those nightmares, anxiety, grief, and depression doing that is causing someone to remove the reason someone's moving the posters is because they give them nightmares, depression, grief. Why? Because it makes their tower come down. They're afraid of their tower falling down. Okay. When the tower card comes into tarot, it is about unwanted change, ruin, disgrace, upheaval, violence. Why are they taking them down? Because of the anxiety, the grief, the despair of worrying about their tower coming down. They're worried that their secret's going to come out. Someone's going to see it that's going to have the answers. The person that did this to Echo is really kind of just banking on the whole idea that time will go by and people will forget, and this person feels like they've completely gotten away with this. And they know that they're a suspect. But they feel like there's just not enough proof. There's nothing you can do. You can't prove shit. And they feel like a miracle has happened. They have pulled this off. But whenever they see those posters up, it re-sparks that fear of, oh shit, I'm going to get caught. And they're pulling them down because of it. Is Josh removing the posters? Is Josh removing Echo's posters? Is Josh removing Echo's posters? Big fat yes. Okay. I just got a glimpse of him doing it at nighttime. Yeah. Is Josh removing those posters because he's afraid that it's going to cause him to get caught? Is Josh removing those posters because he's afraid it's going to cause him to get caught? Nothing. Okay. Is Josh removing those posters because it reminds him of what he did? There's a yes. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next question. Oh, come on, pillows. Stay put. Okay. The next question. Okay. My next question is there usable evidence on the video surveillance? Is there usable evidence? Are they using the video surveillance as evidence? Is there evidence on the video surveillance? Is there evidence on the video surveillance from Walmart and the $2 general stores? Is there evidence on that video surveillance? Is there evidence? Is there some kind of evidence the police are using on those? Oh, good grief. Got 4. The first one, Wheel of Fortune, good luck, a turning point. Yes, there's evidence. That's a yes for me. There's some kind of evidence on the video surveillance, and I already kind of felt that way, but this is confirmation for me. There's some kind of evidence on that video surveillance that they are going off of as a big driving factor in there. Okay, 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is about fast, quick, I'm sorry. 8 of Swords is about self-imposed restrictions. It's about isolation. It's about imprisonment. Somebody who appeared in that video surveillance imposed, how does it, what are you saying? Restriction. There's something about the evidence on the video. Okay, I'm hearing restriction. Restriction? Is there something about... Okay, then we get the King... I'll revisit this. Okay, then we've got the King of Wands. Okay, King of Wands is a bold leader, powerful, charming, courageous. I think this is the main police officer that's working her case. And then we got the Prince of Wands, and the Prince of Wands is a lusty, free-spirited person, creative person. I think this is also another law enforcement that's working. I think this is a team that works together. This is a team that works together, and I believe that there was some trouble getting the surveillance. They had some issues with getting it, either retrieving it from the store, like maybe they had to get some kind of a warrant for this information and they had a hard time with it, or the video surveillance itself has restrictions to it, like maybe the person is off camera, or maybe it's blurry, or maybe it doesn't show a lot of great detail, maybe something like that is what I'm feeling. The police are working on trying to glean some kind of information out of this video surveillance, but there's something restricting that from happening. And I get the feeling that it is within the technology itself. I feel like there's something wrong with the video surveillance. Either it's too blurry, it's too far away. I think they get some information out of it. They're able to verify that she was there and who was with her. But there's some kind of a restriction that's taking place within the evidence on that video surveillance. I'm not sure what that is, but I feel like that's what that's telling me. And I don't know how to confirm that. I don't feel like we need to validate that. I feel like that's pretty cut and dry. That's what I get out of that. Okay, so there is evidence, but it's limited, but there are people working on it, on the video surveillance. Okay, let's see. Is there evidence on the phone records? Is there evidence on her phone records? Is there any kind of evidence on her phone records? Yes, I got a yes. Oh, wow. I got the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is happiness, family, happy families, reunions, homecomings, gatherings, marriage, long-term relationships, stability, security. This is a yes for me. There is evidence on those cell phone records. Evidence of something. There is evidence of something on those phone records. Something to do with Echo's disappearance. There's evidence on her phones. Sorry. On one of the phones. Because the other phone is no more. One of the phones was destroyed and one of the phones still exists somewhere. But the records, you don't have to have the phone in your hand to get the records. And I believe that they have the records, and the records have some kind of evidence. Like I'm saying, like I said before, I think that the police know things that they're not sharing with the public, or even the family for that matter. I think there are things that are known that they just cannot, it would compromise the investigation, so they cannot share them. I really feel that. Okay, let's do a confirmation. Let's do a confirmation. All right, so do the phone records have evidence regarding Echo's disappearance? Do the phone records hold evidence regarding Echo's disappearance? Do the phone records hold evidence regarding Echo's disappearance? Do the phone... Okay, that's too many. Boy, my hands are not with it today. Do the phone record... I just heard Spirit tell me to slow down. Oh, wow. Okay. I pulled the King of Wands. Again, this is a bold leader, a powerful, charming, courageous person. I pulled the King of Wands when I asked about the video surveillance. Okay, I'm sorry. Same police officer, same individual. Okay, I pulled the King of Wands when I was right. Is that right? I just pulled the King of Wands. Yes. So I just pulled the King of Wands in reference to the police officer that was that's working on the case, like the main top guy. I just pulled the King of Wands again regarding now the evidence for the phone. So the evidence for the video surveillance, the evidence for the phone, yes, there is evidence, and this King of Wands is absolutely on top of it. Or aware of it, or working with it, is what I feel off that. Yeah, and I'm not even going to ask the pendulum, because that's pretty clear. So they gave me the King of Wands and two different decks regarding evidence. So yeah, this evidence is being taken into consideration. I firmly believe. Yes. Okay. The next question. Okay. Some people have said that they think that the day that Kelsey went to, the day that Kelsey went to visit her mother, sorry, I'm trying to figure out where to put these crystals, on Mother's Day, which would have been May 10th. Some people are saying that they feel like that Echo was being held against her will on that day, and she had been pounding and pounding and pounding on the door, and that Echo was in there that whole time, but she was being held, like bound and tied and held against her will, and but she was actually home during that day, but she was being held against her will. Some people have come up with that theory. I have to say I don't agree with that. I feel like Echo was gone before that day. So I'm going to ask that. Did Echo come up? Okay, was Echo taken? Did Echo disappear before Mother's Day? Did Echo disappear before Mother's Day? Before Mother's Day? Before Kelsey came to knock on the door and visit her, was Echo already missing at that point? Was Echo already missing at Mother's Day? Was Echo already missing on Mother's Day? Was Echo already missing on Mother's Day when Kelsey came to see her? Was Echo already missing on Mother's Day? Okay, I might not get an answer out of this deck. Let me shuffle it real quick. Was Echo already missing? Okay, I got it. I mean, I meant to say, was Echo already, or tied up? Was she bound and tied up in the house? Is what I meant to say. Spirit knows what I meant to say. Was she being held against her will the day that Kelsey came? Was she in the house being held against her will? I get a 3 of heart, or a 3 of swords, which is a no card. 3 of swords is about heartbreak, divorce, loss, depression, whatever. I feel like, no, she was not being held against her will the day that Kelsey came. I feel like she was already missing. There was already some kind of heartbreak. There was already some kind of a loss. There was some, that was already taking place. I'm going to ask again with a different deck. Let's see, I'm going to ask it in a different way. Was Echo missing before Kelsey came? Was Echo missing before Kelsey came on Mother's Day? Was Echo missing before Kelsey came? Holy cow. Okay. Ace of Pentacles is a yes. That is a yes. Ace of Pentacles is a yes. Okay, now I'm going to ask the pendulum. Okay, spirit guides. Was Echo missing before Kelsey came on Mother's Day? Was Echo missing before Kelsey came on Mother's Day? Yes. Okay. I keep getting 8s. 8s. Mother's Day was May 10th. I'm going to ask. Did Echo come up missing on May 8th? Did Echo come up missing on May 8th? May 8th. Did Echo come up missing on May 8th? First it started saying maybe, now it's saying no. Okay, so if it wasn't May 8th that she came up missing, the number 8, maybe she's 8 miles from, let's ask. Okay. All right. Is Echo 8 miles from her home? Is Echo 8 miles from her last known address? Is Echo 8 miles from her last known address? Is Echo's body 8 miles? And I'm getting a yes on that. I'm getting a yes on that. Okay. Okay. 8 miles from where her last known to be. Spirit is saying that her body is 8 miles. Spirit is saying that Josh is the culprit. Spirit is saying that Josh harmed his grandfather. I got this vision of her waking up in the middle of the night and somebody standing in her room above her bed. Tall, thin individual, dressed in dark clothing. This person felt completely comfortable about being in there. I feel like that this person was actually in there for a while before she woke up. He had set his pack of cigarettes down on the table next to her bed. He watched her sleep. I think it was Josh. And that's just my own opinion, my psychic take on the situation. I feel like this is not over. I feel like the police are still watching him. I feel like they're really watching him closely. They're just waiting for that one moment where he's going to mess up and he's going to tell the wrong person, or evidence is going to surface and they're going to get him. So let's ask one more question before I end this reading. Two more questions. Question number 1. Will Echo Michelle Lloyd get justice? Will Echo Michelle Lloyd get justice? That's a yes. Okay. Will Josh Smith be held accountable? Will Josh Smith be held accountable? And that's another yes. So what did she say? The overall energy in the beginning of this reading? The overall main energy was patience. And it popped back through the reading a few times. Patience. I feel like the truth will come out in this situation. I'm not saying that they'll ever find her body because I'm not sure about that. But I do feel like she will get justice and the right person will be held accountable. And I feel like she's telling us, just hang in there, guys. Have some patience because it's a coming. You know, in the spirit realm, there's no such thing as time frames. So they don't sit and think to themselves, man, it's been 2 months. Man, it's been 6 months. Man, it's been 2 years. They don't. For them, time isn't a construct. So the main advice that she's giving us right now, her energy is telling us to be patient. Because I do feel like justice is coming for her. It's just a matter of time. And she's telling us, hang in there, be patient. It's going to happen. Just be patient. And I don't get that anxious, you got to fix this now. You got to get this truth out. Which I experienced hugely with Kylie Rodney. With this one, it's more like she's at a state now where she's like, look, I know, this is what happened to me. They're on it. My daughter is wanting answers now, but she needs to be patient because it has to be done a certain kind of way. I pulled the King of Wands a few times. The King of Wands for me in this reading represents the authority figures that are working on. I pulled the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Both of them are the authority figures that are working together. That is the team that's working on this case. Yeah, the King of Wands is smart. He's smart, courageous, strategic. Yeah, he's magical. He can make things happen. He can pull a rabbit out of his hat, and and he can chase something down, and he won't let go of it. He brings it through to fruition. And I do feel like that there's some frustration as far as Kelsey goes, as the family goes. They feel like they're not getting any information. They're not getting any answers. She feels like her mom's case is not being worked on. But I don't agree with that. I feel like it actually is being worked on. It may not be happening as quickly, as fast as she wants it to, but I do feel like they are on the track of the individual who did this. And I do feel like there will come a day when Echo will get justice. And that the person who did it will be held accountable. And I don't know if that brings any peace for the family, knowing that that is coming. I know having to wait for things is very difficult. And the question that you hold in your heart of, is there ever going to be an end to this? Is there ever going to be a closure? Is anyone ever going to be held accountable? Because I think Kelsey knows who did this. I think she knows full well who did this. She wants this person to be held accountable right now. I'm telling you, girl, he will be. Okay? I trust what Spirit tells me. They've led me through my life. Be patient, okay, sweetheart? Just be patient. Because it's coming. I feel like justice for your mama is coming. I'm not promising you that you'll be able to bring her home in a physical sense. I don't know that yet. I haven't received that information. The information I have received is that although it might feel like it, the police are on the job. The right people are on the job. They have not let this case grow cold, even though you may feel like that. They're just waiting for the opportunity that they need to put everything together in such a way that he will have to be held accountable and won't be able to get away with this, with circumstantial. They're waiting for that one little piece of evidence to drop, or that one individual to say what the words they need to hear. And I feel like it's coming. Can I give a time frame? I see when I just now said that, what popped into my mind was a full 1 year calendar. Okay? I see that flipped 3 times. So maybe within 3 years of her disappearance, or within 3 years of this moment, I feel like there's going to be some kind of a resolution to this. The number 8 is significant. I don't exactly know why. Pendulum says her body is 8 miles from her last known address, or last known whereabouts. Could that be 8 miles from the dollar store, from the Walmart? Because that's also last known whereabouts. Could that be 8 miles from the home she was residing in? Because that's also last known whereabouts. There's significance there. So if that gives you something to work with, or to work on, or to go with, Fantastic. I'm getting goosebumps all over my body. Okay. Big time goosebumps. That's spirit confirmation. You need to investigate, Kelsey, the number 8. 8 miles from the dollar store, 8 miles from the Walmart, 8 miles from the home. Every single reading I've done, every channeling, every meditation, every single one, I get the 8, the number 8. It's significant, okay? All right, so I'm done with this reading. Thank you for joining me for part 2 of Echo Lloyd. If Spirit so desires, I will come back and do further readings on Echo, and if I get more information. At this point right now, this is all I have to share, and I hope it helped. If there's any questions, Kelsey, if you see this and you have any questions, or you have anything further you want me to investigate or ask Spirit, please get a hold of me. You can talk to me in my comments. If you go in my About section, I have my email address there. You can email me. If not, thank you for watching anyways. I'm sending you nothing but love and light and the highest of vibrations to you and your family as you navigate through this process of patience. The patience it's going to take. That's going to bring you a little bit of peace of heart that will get you through to the point of resolution, if that makes sense. All right. Love, light, highest vibes. Namaste.